You know, sometimes you just have to sit down and think about it to realize there's a problem. Well, here's two guys that sat down, thought about it, then they got up and did something about it.
Kyle Bartlett and Charlie Molnar are two enterprising young guys who noticed a lack of seating at bus stops around the city. So they started to sit on at Detroit, took responsibility, took some reclaimed wood, and are making a real difference all around town.
How did you guys meet?
In college.
Wayne State?
Yeah, Wayne State.
Well, who was the first one to notice the need for the benches?
Kyle and I, and some friends of ours, we started revamping public space like parks. Yeah. And we all lived in a neighborhood called Woodbridge. And there was a park at the northern part of Woodbridge by Woodbridge Pub called The Hole. And it basically just looked like an overgrown lot. And one night we were all sitting around saying, hey, something needs to be done with The Hole. And about a week later, our friend Matt had pitched the idea to Detroit Soup. And they accepted us to come in and, you know, pitch in front of everybody. And we ended up winning. And we were able to take that funds and buy, you know, paint, buy materials to build structures.
Kind of around that idea of placemaking and, you know, creating a sense of place in the inner city. So I think really just with that, you know, that basis of just, you know, wanting to kind of implement some change in the city, you know, it was very easy for me and Charlie to kind of segue into, okay, like, we're done, we knocked out these parks, okay, now we need to get some attention to these bus stops.
So you drove by one day and just saw people sitting waiting for a bus on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, riding the bus, riding your bike, walking, you know, you see trash cans kicked over. You know, you don't really notice that there's not a bench there until you notice somebody with a kicked over trash can and they're sitting on the trash can. And instead of throwing stuff away in the trash and there's garbage all around there, it's more important for them to have a seat. And it was just like kind of like seeing the idea, the need for it, and figuring out a quick, simple solution.
We saw that it was just going to be kind of a win-win for not just like, you know, us, but for the community.
What did the city say at first when you start putting it? Because they're kind of organic and they're not official.
The city didn't necessarily have a problem with it, but it was more so kind of the Department of Transportation. And so what we had to kind of do is figure out ways in which how we can make this work. And so it led to conversations on what the protocols are to go about doing this. But then also too, you know, with that and seeing that we're like they had a program in place where you can like adopt a bus shelter, so you can keep clean, like we're not just putting benches out there, but we're also cleaning up the bus stops, you know, but also, you know, creating this, you know, place for people, but at the same time, like, it's just going to be more aesthetically pleasing for those who are waiting for the bus. And then while they wait, they got a free book to take with them as they go. And so we didn't see anything wrong with that. So we just kind of were like, we're going to just go ahead and do this. And not everyone kind of was, you know, took liking to it initially, but, you know, we were just kind of, you know, wanted to be, you know, aggressive and showing that this is something that has to happen.
Well, I applaud you guys for doing this because it's a great idea. It's doing a great service for the people of the city. I mean, these things are artistic, they're cool, they're funky, and it just adds to the landscape. Now, you guys are also building other stuff now? You guys have branched off?
Well, yeah, because when we started building the benches, we weren't getting funding at all, and we wanted to continue on the project. And when we didn't start the project to build 1 or 2 benches, you know, there's 5,000 bus stops down here.
Yeah.
Half of them don't have a place to sit, and you've got 1 in 8 Detroiters catching the bus every day. You know, that was an issue. And I mean, we weren't out there to just build 1 or 2.
What's the reaction you guys are getting from people?
It's great. I mean, this is a community project. We couldn't do it without the community, and the support from the community is why we're still doing it.
It's created a lot of opportunity, you know, not just for me and Charlie, but, you know, other people as well. So, like, not only people who come in and volunteer, but, you know, some people, you know, they learn the skill set. And so it's created kind of this civic energy amongst, like, you know, a lot of us working together.
Let's be honest, most people this age are trying hard just to figure themselves out. But here's 2 young guys who are also trying to figure out ways to make life better in their community.
You know, these benches are comfortable, they're functional, and they add a real artistic touch to the urban landscape. And the bookshelves are a great idea. Oh, nice touch.
Next time you're in Detroit and you see some of Kyle and Charlie's handiwork, give them a nod. because they're helping make Detroit a little bit better for all of us.